And we are back. NFL Week 8 Power Rankings. Let's get it. At number 32, we have the New York Jets, who are 0-7, still winless, the only team remaining for now a few weeks now. They ended up losing to the Panthers. They kept it close, one-score game, 13-6, but at the end of the day, Justin Fields looks like he's going to be benched for the foreseeable future. He ended up getting benched that game, and I doubt he will be getting unbenched. This team is just a mess. I mean, you're looking towards, free agency in the draft. That's what this team is looking towards. I mean, I seriously am struggling to see this team picking up a win this year. It's not even a bad team on paper when you look at, the names they have. It's just they are not clashing together. This is something where, no one is. It doesn't feel like the team chemistry is there. It doesn't feel like the players are happy there. The coaches are happy there. It just feels like a miserable experience right now. Number 31, we have the Titans staying the same. They're 1-6. They ended up losing 31-13 to the Patriots. In a game that the Titans were actually leading by, I want to say it was 13-10 or something, 13-7, 13-6. They were winning 13 to something in the first quarter. They looked great. And then they failed to put up a single point after that. This is a team where they have so much potential. I mean, you see the flashes, but it's still a young team. It's still an inexperienced team. They just fired their head coach, so there's little to no expectations going on, in my opinion. They did say they are willing to trade nearly everyone besides Jeffrey Simmons and Cam Ward. So as it stands, I think this team is just... They're trying to find what works. They have who they hope to be their franchise quarterback. Now they need to build around him. Number 30, we have the Raiders. They're going down a spot. They were 2-5. They lose 31-0 to the Chiefs. Geno Smith gets benched in that game. Whether he will be starting next week or next game is yet to be known. This is just another team where on roster it looks good, but this is, in my opinion, an old-timey team. I mean, you look, they have an older quarterback in Geno Smith, who, was really a one-team wonder with the Seahawks. Then you look and you have the oldest head coach in NFL history at 74, and Pete Carroll. I mean, I think this team is just, their father time has caught up to them. I think they need to drastically get younger, and until then, I think they're going to continue sucking because... I mean, no one is going to do well at the retirement home, apparently. 29, we have the Dolphins down 3 spots. They end up getting blown out 31-6 by the Browns. This was a game that, best forget. There apparently are, no talks about Mike McDaniel getting fired. They came out and said that there's no plan to move on. The only logical thing I can think of is either A, you still have hope for those, 2 playoff years you had, or B, you're just tanking. And, I mean, with how your season's going, I'm going to expect option B. So, yeah, Dolphins, same thing with the Jets. Get ready for free agency in the draft because you guys kind of, aren't it. 28, we have the Saints. They're staying the same. Nothing special about their game. They lost 26-14 to the Bears. It was close the whole game, but the Saints never really were able to, match the pace the Bears were making. Ultimately just kind of stayed behind the whole time, and, well, because of that, they lost. 27, we have Cleveland, 2-5, up 3 spots. Good win, great win over the Dolphins. I've been saying, Kevin Stefanski deserves his job. I don't understand the hate he gets. I mean, look at the teams he's had. Yes, these teams are good, but they never have a quarterback. I think it's unfair for them to, fire him. I think he's actually a really good head coach. I would say top half in the league. And I'm glad he was actually able to show him what could potentially have just saved his job. So, good win for them. I mean, Quinshawn Judkins did amazing. I believe he had 3 touchdowns. There was a pick 6 as well. Dylan Gabriel didn't have to do anything to win. He could just rely on the defense and the run game. That's kind of the team I expected them to be, and it panned out. 26, we had the Ravens up a spot. They're only going up because the Dolphins are going down. They were on a bye week. Number 25, we have the Cardinals, who are 2-5 down a spot. They kept it close with Green Bay. 27-23. They were actually winning majority of that game. However, in the final minute, they unfortunately weren't able to get it done. With that being said, they looked great. They played well. This was without Kyler Murray, might we add. He should be back for next game. I do think there's a lot of bright spots for this Cardinals team. Ultimately, I just don't think this year is their year. They obviously were one of the weaker rosters going into this year, especially in that NFC West that is so stacked besides them. I think they're just going to have to continue building. They have the pieces. They just need to, they have like the starting parts. They just need to get those guys who will turn them into, well, we are probably going to finish around 500 to, okay, we can compete. 24, we have the Commanders. This is where the list starts to get super close, in my opinion. Teams 24 through 1. I mean, there's cases for literally all the teams to be moved around. They're 3-4, down 7 spots. They ended up losing to the Cowboys, 44-22. The Commanders are just suffering so many injuries right now. It's kind of hard for me to, be high on them when, there's another team who's suffering so many injuries, the 49ers, who are making things work. They aren't. It's just kind of the pressure is way higher than it needs to be for the Commanders, especially with how after last season went. Ultimately, I think this is just going to be a down year. They need to reevaluate. I still think they are a competing team. I just don't think this year is going to be it. But that's okay, Save your chips for next year. You still have a quarterback under a rookie deal. I mean, go all in next year. Be careful who you go with, though, because I've seen, Bobby Wagner and Marshall Lattimore, the two guys are going all in on, the older guys have, not played up to expectations. 23, we have Cincy, the Bengals, up 2 spots. They pick up a nice Thursday Night Football win, 33-31 over the Steelers. I'm not totally moved by that. I do think there's a lot to be happy about if you're a Bengals fan. Obviously, Joe Flacco brings in new life for what will to be a lost season. You're still 3-4. I mean, the 7th seed in the AFC is 4-3. I mean, you are right there. And it's Jacksonville, who you have the tiebreaker over. I do think there is a great chance that Cincinnati is able to turn the season around. All they have to do is, in my opinion, is continue to pace they're at, kind of win a game, lose a game, hang around that 500 mark until Joe Burrow comes back, and just hope he's able to, lead you guys to the playoffs. I do think this team, though, is going to stay in it, and I do think if they do happen to make it, into January in the playoff spot, they could cause some serious damage. Number 22, we got the Vikings. They're -2 spots. They're 3-3. They pick up a loss over the Eagles, 28-22. I know people are complaining about it, but the Eagles are a far better team. You guys really didn't play like you deserved to win. You stayed in it the whole game, but nothing, really blew my mind. This is just one of those where, you held in there with a contender. You're 3-3, which is still a really good spot to be in, but you're last in your division, which shows how good it is. You just need to, hope that one of these quarterbacks are able to, take that Sam Darnold step, because you had the same team you did last year nearly. You just need the quarterbacks to step up. It doesn't matter who it is, in my opinion. Just one of them has to. 21, we got the Giants staying the same. Somehow you guys allowed 33 points in the fourth quarter. You lost 33-32. You allowed 33 points in the fourth quarter. This should have been the Giants' dub easily. I mean, you guys choked this game away. I must add, this was certainly a rivalry game. I think this has the making to be one of those. I know, the Twitter beef between these two teams were insane going into this game. And boy, oh boy, did it live out to it. This was an all-around amazing game to watch. Unfortunately for the Giants, they weren't able to pull through. They fell just short, and I already tweeted about it. Their kicker might need to go into witness protection because, he might be not around, if, the wrong people catch him. Because, oh my goodness, he cost them the game. 20, we got the boys, Cowboys, up 3 spots. They get a nice win over the Commanders, 44-22. This was just a great game by them. They're off. This is their team, though. Their offense is amazing. Their defense is lackluster. They're going to win in shootouts, or they're going to lose in shootouts. That's the team. That's why they're 3-1. They're literally the definition of mid so far. They're at 20. I think they could be a lot higher. They could be a lot lower. We just need to see a bit out of that defense. They definitely, in my opinion, should look to trade for someone at the deadline. It doesn't really matter who it is, in my opinion. They just need defensive help. It's crazy how they had someone but trade them away. 19, we had the Texans staying the same, 2-4. They lose to the Seahawks 27-19. This was just a defensive game for them. Their defense kept them in the game. The offense wasn't able to do anything. And yeah, that's just kind of something you can't allow. You can't expect to win by, letting your defense do everything. You had so many opportunities. You weren't able to get anything going. I get it. It's the Seahawks. They're a great team. But I need to see more next time. I picked you to win and you let me down. Number 18, we got the Falcons. 3-3 staying the same. This is kind of the same thing. Your defense did well, only allowing 20 points. The offense only put up 10. Once again, I picked you to win. You let me down. I still think both these teams, by the way, very incredible futures. They got to take advantage of these rookie contracts, though. The Falcons have actually looked pretty good this year besides, this game. Pretty much their wins, they've looked good. Their losses, they've looked bad. So, come, next week, next game, whatever it is, we just need to see, both sides be able to play a good 60 minutes of football. I mean, that's all you can ask every week for every team, though. 17, we had the Panthers up 5 spots. They're 4-3. They pick up the win over the Jets. The key thing is Bryce Young is expected to miss next week's game with, I believe it was a high ankle sprain. I don't know who they play. We'll talk about that, obviously, tomorrow with predictions. If I'm the Panthers, I got to be happy because you're above 500. Granted, yes, you have not played the greatest teams. But, I mean, you've also looked really good in those games. You're winning them in close calls, but, I mean, a win is a win, so I'm not going to complain there for you guys. Yeah, keep doing your thing. I mean, at this point, you are 4-3. You wouldn't make the playoffs, but you would definitely be right there. 16, we got the Steelers. They're -2. They go to 4-2. They lose to Bengals on Thursday night. This is just scream division trap game, in my opinion. On a late or a short week, and all of that. I feel like the Steelers are kind of looking past the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals are not a great team on paper, but they played the part this week. Yeah, I'm not going to hold this to the Steelers. I didn't think they were the greatest team, though. That's why I had them at 14, even though they only had one loss going into this week. Because, the teams they've beaten have not, really. They're bad, okay. I was trying to sugarcoat it, I couldn't. 15, we got the Jaguars, 4-3, down 10 spots. Their collapse needs to be studied. You lose 35-7 to the Rams, who are probably suffering jet lag in London while you guys were already there for a week. I mean, I just think that was the better team won, and in that case, it wasn't even a win. It was pure domination. So there's not much to talk about. You guys just need to turn the ship around. You're still in the playoffs if it ended today. We need to see you guys turn it around. Start the season like you did earlier. 14, we got the Bolts, the Chargers, 4-3, down a spot. You lose to the Colts. That's okay. It's understandable. The Colts are a really good team. However, this is the same team who started the year 3-0. They have now fallen to 4-3, losing 3 of the last 4. It looks like if you don't play your division, you're not going to win. So we need to see some consistency out of this Chargers team. You either got to be really good or really bad, in my opinion. You can't be in between and expect, playoffs or a good draft pick. Those are the worst situations to be in. You miss the playoffs and you're not fighting for a top pick. So then you just kind of end up with pick 16, though. I mean, yeah. 13, we had the Broncos. They're going to be going up 2 spots. They pick up a win over the Giants to come back, put up 33 in the fourth quarter. Amazing game. Was an absolute cinema game to watch. This Broncos team now 5-2. They lead the division. They're actually in a really good spot. My only concern is, obviously, I don't think you're going to be able to do that every week. You need to play 4 quarters of football. Now, granted, in that one quarter, you made up for it, but next time, I don't think you're going to get as lucky if that's how you play. So, you need to see 4 quarters of consistency. Number 12, we got the Bears up 4 spots. They're 4-2. They pick up a win over the Saints. They've quietly won 4 in a row now. They are looking really good. Now, the key thing is, I know people are talking about they started 4-2 last year, and then they ended up going, 5-12, 6-11, something like that. I don't think that's going to be the case. As you see, I have them 12. I actually do think this team is on the rise. I think it's a bit too premature for them. But I do think, they are going to be hanging around come, end December, early January, fighting for a playoff spot. We got the Rams, 5-2. They stay the same. Good win. Nothing to really be negative about. I mean, you put up 35 points. That's kind of, if you put up 30 points, you expect to win, in my opinion. You only allowed 7. If you allow, in my opinion, under 17, you expect to win. So, you did what you needed to do to win, both offensively and defensively. It's just a bloodbath for these top teams that you're at 11. So, don't take it disrespectfully. I mean, I still think you could be really anywhere you want on this list. Number 10, we got the Bills going down 2 spots. They're going down because teams are going up. They had a bye week. Number 9, we had the Patriots up 3 spots at 5-2. Good quality win over the Titans. You struggled in the first quarter. Quarters 2 for 4 were locked down. That's what you want to see. Give the team false hope and then crush their spirits. This is just a completely different team. It's crazy, how much, a good quarterback and a good head coach can do. It's almost like we've seen this before in New England. They look like they're back. I mean, get ready to have another 20-year run. The only bright spot is, like I said, the Bills at 10. I mean, they at least have some competition now. But, I mean, even then, they had the Jets for a few years, so the Bills could just be the Jets. Number 8, we got Philly up a spot. Good win over the Vikings. Nothing to really complain about. You didn't play great, in my opinion, but you were able to get the win. That's all that matters. You guys were in a slump. You're able to get out of it, potentially. You still slumped, but you're able to win. I mean, a win is a win. You'll take it. So, yeah. A.J. Brown, by the way, looked amazing that game. Number 7, we got the Packers down a spot, 4-1-1. They got a win over the Cardinals. Nothing special. They were losing the whole game. Final minute, they take the lead, and they're able to hold on. We just need to see this team stop downplaying to their competition. I mean, that's the case every week. It's because this team, I had so much expectations for. They blow out the Lions, they blow out the Commanders, and then now they've just looked like they're scraping by. I mean, that's something that you can't allow. You need to be, on fire constantly. Like, if you're trying to compete, you got to. Granted, I mean, a win is a win, but the expectations I had after those first 2 games, I mean, you have failed miserably. Number 6, we got the Buccaneers down 5 spots. They lose to the Lions 24-9. Not a really great game by anyone in that game. Mike Evans going to miss remainder of the season. Most likely not going to get that 1,000 yards. I mean, he'd have to literally be the best receiver of all time to do that. I still think you guys are good. Obviously, you're 5-2. You just played a great team. Monday night, I mean, the Lions are top of the line, so no one's going to fault you for it. I still think you're great. But you were number 1. You're no longer number 1. Number 5, we have the Seahawks minus a spot. They get the win over the Texans 27-19, but it was a very sloppy offensive game. They looked dominant the first half, the second half. They were kind of just telling Houston, we want you in this game, which, I mean, their defense did the part. They played amazingly, but their offense, well, it was kind of hit or miss. I mean, you either had a great drive or you had the most random turnover ever. You need consistency if you want to win. Or you could just rely on your defense, because your defense looks like the Legion of Boom 2.0. So, good win. Great Monday night win against, in my opinion, a good team. I just want to see, good offense and good defense. Number 4, we got the Lions up 3 spots. They pick up the win over the Buccaneers. Very dominant. I mean, they did offensively and defensively. There's not much to really talk about with them either. This was a staple win. They played a great game, 60 minutes. They won. That's how it should be. Jahmyr Gibbs, also great game. Unfortunately, wasn't able to win my fantasy game, but you got me close. Number 3, we got the Chiefs up 7. I mean, they're back. They started the season 0-2. They're now 4-1. They are back. I hate to say it, they're back. They won 31-0 over the Raiders. They looked unstoppable. They were able to play with their backups in the fourth quarter. They are looking for revenge. Number 2, we got the 49ers. Number 1, we have the Colts, both up a spot. Now, the reason I have the Colts over the 49ers, obviously the Colts have the better record, 1. But 2, they're just dealing with way less injuries. And I know there's an argument, right? The Colts have not played anyone worthwhile. The one team they did was the Rams, and they lost. And they only beat the Broncos by a blocked field goal. Did I say? You're right. But they barely lost to the Rams. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. I have the 49ers lower because, yes, the 49ers definitely have the better track record. Yes, the 49ers, are dealing with all these injuries and doing well. But that's also the same thing. These injuries, I think they're eventually going to catch up to the 49ers at this rate. Because, it just seems like a curse. Even the backups are going to start to get injured. Now, I don't know how long Indianapolis is going to be at number one on this list. They have just been on the rise every week. But I'm happy to say that I do believe the Colts are the number one team in the league right now. Now, with that being said, Indianapolis, you have to keep your foot on the pedal because San Francisco is literally right behind you. I am so surprised of how good both these teams are doing. So, yeah. With everything said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. Let me know how you think I did in the comments. And I'll see you guys next time with predictions. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed.